Hello, hello. It's Beezer, and it's January what 9th now. I've been trying to do this since like New Year. My mic audio sucks. I'm just doing a test recording to see if my audio actually improves. Ever since I got my new system, I was able to do some recordings, but now that the weather sucks, I see that my audio is messed up again. And so I'm really trying to figure out how to properly get this recording done. Last ditch effort is going to be recording on my laptop, probably calibrating my microphone to record smoothly. But yeah, so um, I did not post. Yeah, I did not post indeed. That was because after I saw that 2K view mark, I was genuinely happy for once outside of one person, and I took a break as if the world stopped from such progression, but it didn't. No, it kept going on. Also, as of right now, I forgot to record Bramble Part 4 because I'm careless and I recorded a 2 hour video, I think, finishing the game. However, there is a lot of skin shown from this one character that I figured out was a literal Norway like folklore forest spirit that lured men into the forest to be brutally killed, or if they were like handsome enough, like screw them basically. And this thing can like shapeshift to your ideal person with like almost everything being shown. Well, actually, I mean the character like there was like the OG character not shapeshifted, but like as a guy in the game, then you would see like your ideal person, and everyone would like see something differently. So yeah, you can imagine the hesitation of me showing that because there was like the nipples and groin weren't shown, but you could see pretty much everything else. So yeah, bit hesitant on posting that. I kind of should have thought, or I should have investigated the game, I should say. But yeah. So other than that, there is Tomb Raider and Prey to post, but this audio issue definitely needs to go. My party and streaming were not working for like a day because of the snow, and it's like everything goes to crap when the weather gets worse, which is genuinely annoying. Um, I also need to think about fixing my gaming setup because having it on the other side of the house and not horizontally is really not helping. I'm like above my router a little bit. So, yeah, that being said, I figured I'll do some words of advice. I'll probably have a timestamp at the very beginning to skip over all this talking and get into the words of advice. But yeah, so here's my words of advice. A little bit secular, a little bit Christian here and there, but here we go. So number one, I would say, is definitely important is don't set a date to get something done if you can. And here's what I mean. A lot of people wait for a certain date to do something just because most likely you will end up quitting because it wasn't serious enough to begin with. Like if you genuinely take something seriously, you're going to start immediately. So think, what's different about the new year? Nothing. In fact, my friends or people I know in general have very little planned because it's just another day. Bills still need paying, problems old and new still need fixing. Me personally, all I did was work out. Same thing for Christmas, for my new year, because, well, it's another day. Because it's like the new year isn't a landmark, it's another day. It's most certainly not a birthday or a day set for God, so why waste time waiting on the new year? You aren't preparing or planning for a grand change in your life, you're procrastinating. So be honest with yourself and start the next day, and the dead air in between, use it to get something done, and be sure to not end up like some of the people who go to the gym using a membership and then the year before they were entirely lazy, but then they all of a sudden start, and then what happens like a month in of progress, they just quit. So don't be like that person. Two, you should definitely be realistic and don't try to substitute responsibility with silly words like manifesting or claiming. It's complete nonsense. 99% of you have to get up and get what you need done. 99.9, I should say, because like actually no, I would say 99% because there's 1% in the world, the rich, who just don't have to do anything. It is what it is. But some people use manifesting as a substitute, like for goal setting, by acting like they already have what they want and they somehow get it according to them. And others use it as a universe do my will and magically grant me something kind of tool, which oddly sounds like playing God by speaking something into existence. Huh. I wonder if that correlates at all with Satan doing anything he can to get people to view themselves as God. Probably not. Within the first month of me finally having what I needed to accelerate the weight gain process, but it also wasn't super accurate. So it could be 1 pound, could be six water weight, food. I weighed a lot, so I weighed myself. I was 151, then I was 156, 157. So definitely heavier, but like, how heavy is the question? I think my most accurate is probably like 151 or something. But yeah, I didn't act as if I was my ideal weight. I shoveled food in my mouth and then I started gaining basically. Lastly, three, being purpose. If you're doing something for yourself, such as improvement for validation or attention, you will likely give up or be unsatisfied as your goal. Working out or helping others is amazing. It's positive impact, don't get me wrong, but it won't fill a God sized hole. I want you to understand that whatever you do should be above humans, above opinion, a purpose from God. God's purpose for humanity is to have a relationship with Him, and through our actions, we change. So go for Him instead and not others. People have so many problems that they deal with, and they try to fix it by just being positive and working out and self improvement. See, that's great and all, but it's not going to fix the God sized hole. So many people are talking about the problems that they have. Now, me personally, I would say I have some issues with myself, but and mentally speaking, but I didn't ask for those problems to be fixed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like, for example, me rarely being happy. That's just me rarely being happy. You can live without being happy, right? And I didn't ask God for happiness. I'm not looking for happiness. I'm looking for purpose because happiness isn't a necessity. You can live without happiness. You can't live without purpose. You're going to kill yourself, most likely. You're going to mentally ruin yourself and die. So that's something to take into consideration. Yeah, me, I got a reason to deal with not being happy in day to day life. Like, if I'm going to go through life searching for happiness if I really want it, or not searching for happiness but not knowing what to do with my life and not live it for God, but for whatever other reason, well then I'm just another person floating adrift if we're being honest. So, I mean, God just gives me a reason to keep going on, understanding that life isn't going to be all peaches and cream. So, you should definitely take that into consideration. Those are my big three that I'd give someone as I hope you found it useful. Yes, but understand, those are my big three that I'd give someone. So I hope you found it useful. But understand that you watching this video versus actually doing something is a very different story. So don't act so act on it or don't. But I but understand that I understand that you watching this video versus actually doing something is a very different story. So act on it or don't, but don't make excuses. Stop making excuses. All this said, next video will be gaming, and it will be Tomb Raider and Prey. Then my Christianity video and Islam video, which will take some time as I'll have to gather my sources and get into the differences in the Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, as well as explain how a 600-year-old copycat doesn't line up with the Bible. Shouldn't even be considered given Paul saying if anyone preach another gospel, let him be accursed. Honestly, it's easier to watch another video and have it repeated, so I could go that route. As the creators I watch are fine with me doing so, and I can give credit anyway, but we'll see. I really don't know how much knowledge I should assume my audience knows. Um, I guess if someone has questions, there's a comment section. It'll definitely take a little while, so I hope you look forward to it. Stay tuned.